Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we do have the underlying energy for the reading is victory, the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is saying that the energy is saying you are a leader and you have been victorious in a competition or battle. This is because you were able to rein in your emotions and discipline your mind to take strong actions. And the element here is the element of fire. It's talking about taking action with passion. And also it's talking about adding fuel to the fire. So the element of fire and the wood feeds fire. And this is also representing, because wood is from a tree, the deep roots of ancestors as well as the offshoots being the descendants. All right, so this is a victory for the bloodline. And we have the Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords energy. She is one of 4 queens in the minor arcana. She is considered to be the coldest of the 4 queens. It wasn't always that way, but she has been there, she's done that. She has the t-shirt and she has zero desire to deal with bullshit from anyone. Now she's willing to receive a victory. Her left hand is out, but she is not, her head is above the clouds. She has clarity as to what she will and will not put up with. So she's saying, if you want to negotiate with me, you want to talk to me, you need to come into me straight, or don't come near me. I'm not going to put up with any bullshit. My head is above the clouds. I have clarity as to what I will and will not tolerate in my life. And so she's been through something and she is absolutely determined not to put up with any more of that. The King of Cups is talking about one of 4 kings in the minor arcana, and the cups in the minor arcana represent the energy of love. This quite often with the King of Cups, it's romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. The King of Cups is he's considered, if it is a matter of love, to be the most stable. This is talking about being in control of your emotions. So this is representing an energy of being able to control your emotions through, the water around the king here is very rough. And rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions, and possibly there's some chaos in your life at this time. And so you want to be like the king, and you want to be able to handle your emotions and to become, so that you are able to be victorious by taking strong actions, not on impulse and not on emotional choices, but strong, intuitive, and logical choices. And the king is known for being the most stable of all the kings when it comes to matters of love. When he offers a cup of love, it generally is a very solid offer. He also can be representing, if this isn't about romance, this could be about something you love to do or something you love to be. So he could be empowering you, offering you a cup of love to empower you in some endeavor that you're undertaking. That type of energy. And it looks like the Queen is willing to receive from the King of Cups. So let's see what goes on with that down the road here. And we have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is talking about ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. Again, the cups can represent romantic love, but in this case, it represents like all kinds of love. And so this is talking about having the perfect partner, and they love you and you love them, and the beautiful children and you love them and they love you. Maybe you have pets, you have wherever you live, you love living there. You love being around your neighbors. It's you love your career and your clients and they enjoy you, and it's that type of energy. So are you going to ever be in a perfect world 24/7? Doubtfully. But this is saying that you can come very close to it. And then this is the world. And the world energy is when the Fool starts off in the major arcana at the 0 point and begins his journey. And after he begins his journey, when he comes across this card, it means, okay, this cycle is over. You've learned everything that you can from this. This is saying that you've been successful in whatever it was that you were meant to learn, and it's time to start on another cycle, basically. And it's saying like it'll be a whole new world. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So there's lots of love and lots of lifestyle here. So this is talking about the ultimate that you can have in pentacle energy. The pentacles in tarot represent the element of earth and earthly matters, basically. So this is health, wealth, happiness in the third dimensional world. And this is saying like it's raining money. Money is a big part of happiness and in the 3D. Of course, you need money to be able to survive and to thrive. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So the Pentacles take it one step further, and this is talking about your lifestyle. And the 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate lifestyle that you can have, again, in a perfectly imperfect world. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. So this could be saying that you've been very busy. This is talking about some sort of juggling of energy. We have the, multitasking is an amazing a skill to have. But this card is saying, be careful how much you do multitask. Make sure it's not so much quantity that there's no quality now. If you don't focus on, if you do it too much multitasking, you can start becoming too busy, being busy just to be busy. And then having to repeat, the same thing over again because you didn't take care enough in the first place to do it. So it's talking about how being busy can gain momentum, basically. And, we start off with a small wave and a small ship, and it gets bigger and bigger. And before you know it, you don't have any time to yourself. So this is saying, juggling your time between your work life and your home life. This could sometimes represent an energy. Maybe you're going to school and you're working to pay for it, which is, going to keep you very busy. Also, it can be talking about, just having like two extremes, work hard, play hard, and home life, business life. And this is also saying juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. We have the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is talking about reconciliation, and reconciliation would imply that there needs to be some sort of forgiveness for something. Now, reconciliation also can talk about someone, this card can talk about someone coming in from the past. This can also be talking about your childhood, reconciling with your childhood. So when you were younger, you may have had something happen and you still have, maybe you don't even remember it that well, but it was imprinted on you and it's causing you to have, like this chaos in your life. Because of it. And so sometimes this card can be about revisiting the past, healing your childhood. Sometimes it's just about a reunion of, friends and family, maybe going back to people that you grew up with, that type of energy that you went to, maybe a high school or an elementary school reunion, that type of energy. This card is full of illusions, though, and it's talking about, like when you first look at it, you think, okay, those are 2 children and they're playing with these potted flowers. But then when you look again, you realize, wait a minute, that's not a child. That's a gnome. And this is a little woman. And she looks like, if you look at her from the back, she looks like an old hag walking away. And if you look at her from the front, she looks like a young woman. And the old hag is basically the energy of saying, they both are wearing this white mitt. And it's saying, the old hag is saying, we don't want your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give away. And the young woman is saying, well, we just don't want to get our hands dirty. And she's explaining and she's being nice. And so this is saying, if you run into someone from the past that you've had, has caused you to be in this energy. Are you going to be nice? Are you going to be a people pleaser? It's talking about that type of energy. And also, it's talking about the illusions that we can have from your childhood, and that possibly you have an illusion. There's something about your childhood that your inner child needs healing from. Now, the white flowers in tarot represent innocence. And but these flowers are even an illusion then, because the white flowers are actually from the nightshade family, and these would be highly toxic if you were to have if a small child was to ingest them, or a pet. And this energy is sorry, my cat is you may be hearing her. She's seeing the light on my microphone that's pinned to my shirt, and she thinks she's going to attack it. So if you're hearing a tapping, that's her. Okay, you have to stop doing that. It's at the mic. It's not meant for you to chase after. Silly girl. Okay, so now this is also so these white flowers are actually datra. And as I said, they're from the nightshade family. Sometimes shamans will use this plant to make to use in their ceremonies to create visions for people to help them heal from childhood wounds. And so the person in the background that's watching over these children is actually someone just walking down the path, walking away. So there's a lot of illusions here, and that could be saying you might have illusions about the past, someone in your past, or about your family, or something about your childhood that maybe needs to be healed. And then this is talking about the Page of Swords. Page of Swords energy is talking about a breath of fresh air, really. The Page of Swords is, the pages would work for the king and queen when they were very young, around 7 to 14 generally, depending on how mature they were. It would be a real coup to get a job with, working for the king and queen in the palace. It would be a big upgrade in lifestyle for sure. And you have to remember, back in those days, the life expectancy was only half of what it is. So when you were 7 to 14 years old, you were already at work. And this energy is talking about, like, their main task would be running errands, delivering communication between people. And of course, it would always be in person. And it would always be a male. But these days, this could easily be a female in her masculine energy. And the information coming in we have so many ways of communicating now that it could be a phone call or a text message. You could get, if you could get a delivery, something in the mail, documents, packages. This is also maybe representing an email. You might be on social media and get someone messages you there, or you even maybe see an event being, being on the social media that you go to, and then when you attend it, you run into someone, and then you do meet in person, and it's exactly the knowledge you need. The Page of Swords, his element is air, of course, and this is talking about your mental intelligence and your intuition. It's logic and intuition. It's a two-edged sword. Now, he is the only one of all the four pages that is not looking at his element. He already knows logically, okay, I know what the question is. He's looking away now because he wants to use his intuition and find a creative solution. He's thinking outside the box. And this energy is also talking about, it could be a breath of fresh air, like it could just be the communication coming in could be from your mind and you have an aha moment where it's, I got it. Something you've been really thinking about, and then you get it. All of a sudden it comes to you, you're doing the dishes, and all of a sudden something you've been trying to figure out for days just comes to you, just like that, and you have the answer you were looking for. This is energy of the soulmate card. So the Two of Cups is representing two people that are destined to meet, and it's sitting right on this energy of meeting this person after your world shifts. After this cycle, I feel there's something that went on here, and then we started a new cycle here with the soulmate energy. So this could be The Queen of Swords quite often can represent someone who's divorced or separated. So she might be divorced from the king or separated from the king, and she wants, her hands out because she wants her half of the property. That could be because this would be feeling that you had everything, that you had all the love, and for some reason it ends. And then I feel like this is about juggling of money, going back to the past, and possibly meeting someone else. And this is talking about the soulmate energy. So soulmates are quite often are romantic partners, but they don't have to be. They could be, anyone really. But someone that you were destined, your soul, like this is more of a spiritual and physical person that you would have in your life that would help you keep you on your destined path. This energy is talking about being highly guided by the higher self network, HSN. It's like being on the internet with the divine, and you're very connected in communication. And these two are connected to source energy, to God, to the universe, and they're also their souls are connected, and so they make an agreement to come in and meet with each other and empower each other on their journey. Now, as I said, quite often this is a romantic partner, but it doesn't have to be. And sometimes this can even just represent your own energy of wanting to be on your path and having done a lot of inner work, meditation and prayer, so that your masculine and your feminine energy is very, very balanced, and you're very connected. That type of energy. You're on your authentic path, that kind of like that. You are very connected to source energy and on your path in a strong way. And then the Knight of Pentacles is like an older version, basically. The knights of the pages. The knights would come in if the pages were really worked out and they did a really good job when they were 21. Sometimes they would even be considered for knighthood, depending on the situation. And they would, the knights are like at least 21 years of age. They're an adult. And the Knight of Pentacles energy is talking about some sort of offer coming in. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the whole deck. Like, of the four knights, he takes forever to show up, it seems like. Sometimes you feel like here, his horse is literally at a standstill, and he's deciding which direction to go in. And it can be really frustrating waiting for the information to come in from the Knight of Pentacles. But when it does come in, it's well thought out. This is an energy of taking the time to make plans that are well thought out, and that you've put a lot of consideration in it. So when he does come in with an offer regarding Pentacles, it's usually a solid offer that he has, and he has the correct information. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is coming in with passion. This is a rebel with a cause. He is he has this big red plume on the back of his helmet, representing that he knows he can be impulsive and he has a bit of a temper. But he has learned, you can see by the tattered leaves on his sleeves here, that he has learned to, he's been through a few circumstances where he's had to learn to rein in his emotions, discipline his mind, and make really strong choices. Now, the horse energy represents your passion for life, like this is and for love, in passion for heartfelt energy, and a passion for forward movement with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. And the pyramids here are representing his love for travel, adventure, loving just to learn as he goes. And he has learned, one thing he has learned is to rein in his emotions so that he doesn't make impulsive choices like he used to when he was younger. And the Knight of Wands is also representing the fiery horse energy from, that we're in the year of the fiery horse from the Chinese New Year. And we will be in this energy until about February 6th, I believe it is, in 2027. Very, very similar. This is Sagittarius energy, the centaur on his horse, or the centaur with his bow and arrow that shoots his arrows into the sky and to land on target. And that's this type of energy almost. It's very similar, Sagittarius and the fiery horse energy. It's saying with this energy, the best way to deal with the fiery horse energy is to make sure that you control your temper, and also that you don't, you can control impulsive actions. It's not great to take impulsive actions at this time because it could get you going off in the wrong direction. If you've ever seen a horse bolt, they can run for miles, and then you regret it because you're hanging on for dear life, and then you're kind of lost and you have to find your way back. It's that type of energy. So this is representing, I feel like, the fiery horse energy that we're in this year, as well as this passion and some information. So there's a lot of information coming in. I feel like this is this breath of fresh air is representing the soulmate energy. And then there's some, after that, there's some information possibly that you've been waiting for a long time. This could be a settlement for the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups if they are a divorced couple. And then there's a passion for new discovery maybe with this energy here. So we have now we have the Queen of Cups as well. So the Queen of Cups is talking about, now this is interesting. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups could have been a couple, and now this is talking about the Queen. Maybe her heart is warming up from this new passion. Perhaps maybe the Queen of Cups has met her soulmate, and the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups are the same person. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes it could be. It could be for some of you and not for others. And maybe because we only have the one king out here right now. Let's wait and see what happens here. We have the Queen of Cups energy is talking about the most maternal of all the queens. She definitely would be the most likely to be in a traditional marriage, and she is sitting on top of the King of Cups here. So, it could be talking about the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Swords could be someone who's divorced, and now this cup of love is coming in with the King of Cups, and he happens to also be her soulmate. So it could be someone that she's known. And maybe they do get married or something, and that's the new cycle that starts for some of you. That could be for sure. So the Queen of Cups is representing the energy of a maternal, as I said, and she has this, her cup of love is like a trophy. I mean, it's huge, and it's also got a lid on it. This is saying that she is a container of unconditional love. And so she's very, kind and considerate, and just one of those people that she loves children, she loves her family, she loves her neighbors, all of that kind of energy. So it would be very much like this. And she might have just been in a past relationship where she was divorced and there was juggling of morals or whatever. And she's gone and done a lot of inner work, and now she's warmed up and she's ready for a cup of love. That could be very likely. This can also represent your maternal bloodline, like so your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, that type of energy. And actually the King of Cups can represent that paternal line. And this can represent aunts, uncles, cousins, that type of energy, extended family, as well as your siblings. Okay, and then we have temptation coming in. So what is this about here? Okay, I feel like this is telling the story of why the Queen of, because she's our first one. And this card here is talking about victory after some sort of competition or battle. And it's about being seen as a leader because you have reined in your emotions, like the Knight of Wands. And so, let's see, when the devil comes in, this is talking about temptation. And you can see with this lovers, these two lovers are yoked to each other and they're chained to Saturn's box. And the devil is sitting in between them. He is crouched there, and this is representing an energy of lust rather than love. And my kitty has happy feet. So she's enjoying this reading. Are you enjoying this reading? Yeah. Okay. Okay, you need to settle down. She's got a real big purr going on. You might not be able to hear her because I'm wearing this noise-canceling mic. But a cat's purr actually can raise the vibration to a healing energy. So she's hard at work here for us. If you're feeling stressed out, she's doing her job here. All right, so this energy, yeah, you came back for the devil energy, did you? All right, so here we have the Eight of Cups. So it's because of this energy that someone walked away from a relationship that they had put a lot of energy into, a lot of love into. So I feel like that would be this energy here. Now, is that the Queen of Swords as well? We don't know yet. We're going to wait and see. This could also talk about, this could be the King of, I feel like these two probably were a couple. And this could be, you know, this could be actually ancestors. Like this could be your parents, the story of your parents. Maybe they were divorced, you know, and this is talking about your journey now, but it's talking about how it's affecting you, like this unknown energy from this, you know, illusions about your childhood. Interesting. So, because sometimes this can be about DNA and that. Sometimes this energy comes up as someone that's adopted, you know, that type of energy. So perhaps something happened between your parents and you may be adopted. You may know this. That could be for some of you. You could be maybe, this card quite often comes up getting a DNA test, that type of energy. And so we'll just keep going here though. Like if this is your reading, if there's something in this reading, remember I'm reading for a lot of different people, different energies coming through. So take what works for you and leave the rest. This is talking about someone walking away from a loving relationship or what they thought was a loving relationship. And you know, we have 5 cups lined up and then we have 2, a gap and a third one. So sometimes this can represent that there was a third party involvement and that's someone gave in to temptation and they walked away with that person because they felt maybe they were the soulmate, or this can talk and wanted to be with them instead. Or this can be talking maybe about you walking away because your partner was with someone else. Take it how it works for you, and maybe you meet your soulmate after. So, and remember that all of the characters in tarot are not gender specific. So the King of Cups could be a woman in his a woman in her masculine energy, and the Queen of Cups could be a male in his feminine energy. And then we have the Moon energy. And look at, we have 2 cards with the Moon here. We just had a new moon here on the 16th. It's the 18th, so that I'm doing this reading. Tomorrow it'll be the 19th. So we're still feeling that energy. The energy, the new moon was in the sign of Taurus. And it is talking about, you know, Taurus energy is about wanting to have, you know, your material possessions. There's a lot of pentacle energy here. And Taurus likes to know that their finances are taken care of. That could be that's why I was feeling like this Queen of Swords energy could be this Queen energy. And that she already was in a relationship and is like, you know, is now maybe this King of Cups is offering her a cup of love, and maybe she's healed enough to be able to take it. Maybe this is someone that maybe she knew the King of Cups way back when, or met him at some time ago, that type of energy. So it could be something like that as well. The Moon energy is talking about this lobster is coming out of the water, and you know, this is the lobster is on the path, and it's trying to be brave enough to make itself vulnerable to get between this dog and this wolf. The both of them are howling at the moon, so it's like, I think I can get past them and without them seeing me, you know. I've got to take the chance. I got to get on my path. And he's determined to stay in between these two pillars. Now, the dog and the wolf can represent your domestic self, and you might have been very domestic lately, staying at home a lot, not getting out much, or you might be a wild child and you need to be home a little bit more, whatever. It can be those two extremes. And also this is talking about eclipse of the moon and solar and lunar eclipses. We just had a solar and lunar eclipse on February 17th, the very same day that the fiery horse energy came in on the calendar, like on the New Year's, Chinese New Year's, on February 17th, and then we had another eclipse on March 3rd. So this eclipse season, and I describe it like potpourri, on the back burner of your stove, and it's gently simmering away, and you can smell it, and it's there, but you don't really, it's not a priority. And that energy, though, can sort of be like that for about 6 months. And then like around mid-August, when this particular eclipse season is pretty run its course, you might be looking back and saying, whoa, look at all the changes that happened in my life. And maybe you aren't noticing because there's so much going on. You're so busy dealing with it, this multitasking. And then when you look back, you go, whoa, like what a lot of, there was a lot of shift that happened. So that could be representing that. And this is about hidden illusions and secrets coming out. And again, I feel like it has something to do with this childhood energy. And we'll keep going and see what else is going on here. We have the star energy. So this is talking about really getting on your path. Like once whatever happens here, maybe between these two, like, I don't know, this could be that these two meet and they haven't seen each other since childhood. And they're like, whoa, we're like, you're everything I've ever wanted. And maybe they've known each other. And this is talking about them getting together and realizing they're soulmates and the journey that they're taking now. Because now we have the star energy. So this is saying, again, you're on your destined path. And that's, like this type of energy here. After walking away from some sort of temptation, or after your partner was tempted to go be with someone else. And so I feel it has something to do with that. And then this is talking about, and this can also be, if it's not a romantic partner, this could be something you love to do or something you love to be that you walked away from, way back when, and maybe it's coming back into your life now, and a second opportunity to start a business or a project or something you love to do. And this is putting your own special energy, your unique qualities into the universal pool, and then pouring that out onto earth. And there's 5 streams here, and this is above all this pentacles. So this could be like, this is you following your North Star, you're on your destined path, you're with your soulmate. And, the 5 streams here can represent all the 5 points on the pentacle. So you're bringing that down to earth, and I feel like whatever it is like a really good idea. It's that type of energy. And perhaps you and the King of Cups have known each other from the past and got together and are working on this, that sort of energy. And the sun is shining on this. So this is the happiest card in the deck. This is saying, that this energy is making you very happy. This is what you were destined to do. And this young child is on this pony, and they are like totally fearless. There's no reins, no fear. And look at this heavy banner, carrying it with ease. This is representing your destined path. God is shining light down on the truth of of who you really are. You're meant to be happy. You're meant to be in this beautiful, shiny energy. Yeah, and it's because you're with your soulmate and you're empowering each other. I feel that's the energy. But I think in particular, this is talking about the energy of the Queen of Swords possibly meeting the King of Cups after going through a divorce or something. It just feels like, because This is one of my paintings from my oracle, which I'll talk about in a minute here, but this is about deception, sometimes in love and in relationships. So we'll see here. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, see, this is that's why this energy is coming up now, the sabotage. I decided I'm going to do my readings a little bit differently because I have these reproductions of my paintings from my oracle tales from the Vector, and I thought I may as well share them with you because they add a little bit of color. And so I've been like just taking about 5 minutes to meditate before I do the reading, and then picking the two cards. And the card from my oracle is, this is deception, and it's talking about maybe someone having an affair or something like that. If you kiss a frog, he's supposed to turn into a prince. But beyond that, this is actually talking about the energy of the biggest deception of all is that there's a war between men and women. Basically, men and women were meant to love each other, and we're meant to be different. We're not meant to be exactly the same. So the biggest deception of all is that men and women, there's a lot of talk these days about men and women always, battling it out and all that. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think most men and women love each other and, get along really well and kind of enjoy the differences in being a man or a woman, that kind of energy, and all the degrees in between. It's like an energy of but in this case, there was deception of some sort. This is talking about the deception card, a tactic where there could be some sort of deception in a relationship. I don't feel the deception is happening with this energy. I feel like this was in a prior relationship, and I think this card is off on the own. Because right away when we started this, she was open to the king. And I feel that this is talking about her healing her heart. And like when the king comes in, she's been doing all this work to heal whatever has happened in her life. And now he comes in with a lot of passion with this cup of love and happens to be her soulmate. And, maybe she's been waiting for this. This is, the energy she's always wanted. And this is this can be talking about walking away from love and thinking, I don't want to be vulnerable again. And now, sometimes shift happens in our childhood that causes us to think that way, that maybe we're not lovable or some sort of energy around that. And so this is talking about the first relationship, I feel, because we've got the sword energy again here. And so this was like a calculated effort. And sometimes this can talk also about self-sabotage, feeling like not wanting to get back up again. And I'm really feeling this. I feel definitely there was some deception or whatever in her relationship, and she just had given up on love. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not getting back up. I'm not interested in getting back up. And she feels that she was backstabbed, and possibly this could be family as well as a lover, whatever that happened here. It's just like kind of closing her heart down and saying, I don't need that. But God is saying, no, like you're supposed to be a happy person and you deserve love. And she's gone and done the work, and it's kind of brought back that innocence of a child. So whatever happened here, I feel once this energy has healed, she's willing to move forward and be in a loving relationship again. And this can talk about the struggle of doing that. And it's sitting here on this eclipse season and the light at the end of the tunnel. So this person's laying there, but their hand is in the form of a blessing. And so sometimes this Hierophant energy, this can be, of course, outside energy, but I just feel like in this case, it's her inner struggle with something that happened. And when it happened when she was in a relationship as an adult, it triggered whatever happened when she was a child. And I feel like she's overcome that, and it's a blessing in disguise because now she's able to be happy. And God is shining light on this and saying, hey, this is your soulmate, that type of energy. So, and also this is talking about sibling rivalry, like competition. So sometimes this can be, Yeah, like it's kind of it's a weird energy here. What happened here? This can talk about being with someone where there was a lot of competition. You know, someone who stepped out more than once. You know what I mean? Was having more than one affair, and possibly she, after, like, this can sometimes represent 8 years. This can represent, I don't, like, you know, you hope not, but it could represent after the 7th time that this happened. This is the 5, like we have 5 cups here. And then it's about, I feel like this is about, you know, a couple and then a gap because of a third party energy. And so maybe there was 5 different occasions where her partner, previous partner, had stepped out on her. And that's what she is battling with inside. It feels like it could be that type of energy. Yeah, and left her very disappointed in love. And so standing there and see, we've got those 2 cups and then that 3rd cup. So this is saying, don't cry over spilt milk. That's a saying, like if you spill milk and it goes into the ground, it's a loss. Like there's no recovering it. In this case, we have 2 cups of wine and then 1 of another liquid. So this generally is talking about, you know, that energy of a third party energy. And I do feel like it happened probably 5 times and she's done. Like this is like, I'm done with love. I'm not ever loving again. That was the energy. But then there's these 2 cups behind her. And I feel that those 2 cups represent this energy here. And so God was, you know, saying, turn around. You know, the best thing you can do is pick up the 2 cups that are standing, be grateful they're standing. There's still opportunities in your life for love. And, you know, walk down the path here, cross over the bridge over troubled water, go back to your castle. I know it feels half empty, half full kind of energy. It's half dilapidated, half standing. And so this can represent that, you know, having a good attitude and moving forward with a good attitude. Definitely some sort of energy like that. And the King of Cups would be just, you know, like when he brings in an offer, it could have been a long time, like for her, since she was in a relationship. And it might even be like 8 years or something, because this is a long time coming, the lifestyle changing. But the King of Cups is stable. So if he comes in with an offer, usually it's a really solid one. I feel that's the energy, how the cards are being read in this one. And then we have this energy of, this card is, I'm not talking just about lifestyle, but being hard at work. So I feel like the Queen of Swords went to work instead. Like she decided, you know what, my career is going to be my love. That's what I'm going to do. And this could be like a project that she's been working on. There's 6 pentacles here, and this is a 7th and an 8th. And that might be something in here. The gap between the 7th and the 8th is just that she hasn't quite, she's on the 7th. This is interesting though, because this is an energy of literally working on money, like maybe sacrificing lifestyle, whatever. Maybe when she got divorced, she had to work harder, had to be more resourceful. And this, you know, she's hard at work. And then all of a sudden the king comes in with this offer of love. And there's this gap. And so now it's talking about she doesn't have to work as hard as she used to have a lifestyle. Interesting. I haven't, these cards are coming out differently. I like doing a little bit of meditation for 5 minutes beforehand and getting kind of an idea what the underlying energy is. And we're talking about having temperance to be on your path. This is talking about, you know, it pays off to be patient and stay on your path, not give up, have a good attitude even through hardship, and that everybody deserves love. And you certainly do. You're a child of God. And look at here, this is about being a star that's meant to shine, and also having the temperance. This is like this kind of attitude, having the patience and the love for yourself and for others, and wanting to have that back, staying on that path. And that's what brings, that's that having a good attitude in that way after feeling like this is like the secret is to get back up, you know. and it can be hard. It's harder than people would think. But because she was victorious, this is having victory over this heartache, basically, because she reined in her emotions and disciplined her mind. So yeah. And then we have this energy here, the Queen of Swords, going to the new passion coming into her life, new love coming in, unconditional love. Someone that's not going to be competing she doesn't have to compete with the King of Cups, attention with other women, or worry about this kind of energy of, this is someone that is going to be there for her, and this is like true love. Like this is like on a soul level as well as physical, and it pays off to be patient and stay on your path. Yeah, and like all this hard work, it's good. Like this is something they can do together, but it's always more beneficial if you have someone that you can enjoy something with. This is talking about lifestyle here. And making, like, I feel like she doesn't have to be so focused on making money now. Now it's more about lifestyle, being happy again, and how she was meant to be as a child, being a shiny star, and reconciling that child, whatever happened in her childhood. Sometimes our inner child just needs some healing. And this is about not having to be so busy, and I feel that's reflected back here. And also not juggling morals, Like, I don't think she's worried about the King of Cups putting her in this position again. That's the energy. So if this has been kind of a nice reading, and it's a good story. I like it. It's a nice change here. Not a whole lot of drama here. And a happy ending. All right, if you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy. I really appreciate it, and consider giving this a like and comment. It helps me build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify now for those who want more clarification. So we have the cards coming here. This is something I started back in 2007, and in 2020 I completed all 64 paintings. It's Tales from the Vector, my oracle. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I'm in the process right now of, I have all the paintings done, but I'm gathering the information to write up. I have a bit of information written up, and I do have a gallery with the paintings on it in my website, and that's talesfromthevector.com. But I'm going to put that information down in the description box below, and you can go there and if you want to see which paintings come up in the reading, and look at the rest of them. So this is talking about, we already talked about the deception. This is the throat chakra, having harmony. See, like harmony in the words again. So this is talking about being able to speak your truth again, and maybe healing from something that happened when you were younger, something that made you feel like maybe you weren't as lovable as you are. And then we have the scotoma. This is having a blind spot when it comes to love. And it's talking about sometimes you can't see something that other people can, or other people can, you can see something that other people can't. This is talking about the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for good reason. It's good to check in on your past, heal from it, learn from it, and then move forward into the future energy, and be in, focus on the future. Heal your past, learn from it, and then move forward. And look at the world's on the world here. So definitely, I feel like this is talking about your world changed when you meet the King of Cups, and it turns out it's sitting right on the soulmate energy, and saying, yes, this new lover comes in and he's your soulmate. This is happening already in the spiritual realm. If it hasn't happened yet, it's saying that you're on the chariot, you're on your destined path. It's already being put into spin in the spiritual realm, and it will be showing up in the physical soon, maybe after a long time, like maybe as long as 12 years or something, or even longer, I don't know. The hangman hanging from the tree of knowledge, wanting to get a different perspective on life, And this can talk about maybe doing, some work to go inward and meditate and pray so that you can heal that inner child energy and have balance. And also the balance between soulmates here. So having that balance within yourself, that you're complete within yourself, and then you just add to each other's lives. Like, it's not like you need each other, you just enjoy being with each other. And this is dissension. So I feel that's the energy I was picking up from the very beginning, that the Queen became cold because I feel that there's sometimes this is sibling rivalry, and you hate to think about it, but it could have been a family member or someone, a really good friend that she felt like was family, that maybe was cheating with their first partner. That's the energy that I get. And with friends like this, who needs enemies, right? And then we have the intent. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So a lot of times we start out in a relationship and we think, we're passionate and whatever, and we have good intentions. And then you may have noticed that all the good intentions in the world sometimes don't come necessarily end in a happy ending. The Hierophant, though, is coming in. This is talking about the energy from the spiritual realm, justice coming through for you. And I feel like the justice here is just having a good life and healing from this energy, being able to get back up, recognize that you're a child of God, you're meant to be happy, you're loved by God. It's get up and let's give it another go here. That's the energy. So really good. And then this is Emperor energy. So it's talking about high level performance after that. Sometimes when we go we lot of hardship, we learn so much from it, that we meet people, our vibration is higher, we meet people that we would never have met, or that are more in alignment with our energy now. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So this is saying definitely, if this isn't, it's on its way. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that you're on God's you're on your destined path in God's plan, and this it's coming in. This is the past, the present, and the future coming together with because of all this healing energy for you to really benefit and have a beautiful life that you deserve to have. Awesome. I like this reading. I do hope you've enjoyed it as well. If you have, give it a like and comment. Consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. And I will be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.